discuss another case studies today, and we will solve the same problem on step-by-step basis. So this case studies, you are supposed to cover all the topics which is related to files, which is related to arrays, and also you have to come across the concept of databases. So if all these concepts are clubbed together, you can do this case studies. Now, just I will display the case studies now. You have a set of a project statement like this. So I'm giving the input in two different arrays. One is actually consists of the name, and another consists of the marks here. So every student is writing three subjects here. So for example, the first case, Aravind, he takes up three subjects. The first three subjects belongs to Aravind, the next three belongs to Santosh, and last three belongs to Vicky. What you have to do is, first you have to sort the array based on the name value pairs. That means you have to total this marks. You have to total the marks of Aravind, Santosh, and Vicky. So based on their performance, you have to rank them. So rank should be generated in this order. So when I total all these things, ranks are given like this. So Santosh scores altogether 192 and rank is 1, and Vicky 187 2. Arvind actually scores the last position here. Now, this is the category, but while you put it inside the database, it should be stored in the same order how the rank is getting generated. That means you can have inputs in any order, but as soon as I click the table over here, it should be stored in the same order what the rank is generated. For example, Santosh have scored first rank, so Santosh should be the first record there. And then Vicky is scoring second rank, so Vicky should be the second record, and so on and so forth. So it should continue in this fashion. And I have used a note here. Use a name value pair array and use it for sorting to do it. So you have two different arrays, and you can take up these two inputs are not called as name value arrays. Listen carefully. These two inputs are not called as name value array. This is called as an ordinary array. Okay. So indexed arrays. We are using two indexed arrays, but the sorting has to be done with the help of a name value array. And finally, after generating this, you have to push it inside the database, and the table name is called as rank list here. So the table name is called as rank list, and it has to be pushed in the same order. Okay. So how will you actually do this? Any idea? So you can just go through a problem statement is having nearly 10 to 11 lines of code here. So after deconstructing the problem, what is the first step I have to do here? It's a web-related project, so how will you do this? Any idea? People who are staying connected here. How will you do this? Mohandan?
Sir,
how will you do this, Mohandan?
Sir, first one, நம்ம HTML input வாங்குறோம்னா we have to get the input from input as name and the corresponding marks.
Actually, I am not using any HTML over here. So I am actually getting the inputs statically. Statically means this is actually a fixed input.
Okay, only PHP means, sir?
Only PHP means.
So we take two array of name and marks, sir.
Okay.
And a student consists of 3 marks only, sir.
Okay.
So the first 3 marks is goes to Aravind, and second and next 3 marks for Santosh, and
third marks is
for Vicky, sir.
Okay.
We submit together all the marks, sir.
Okay.
And we can arrange in descending order, sir, corresponding to the name, sir.
So can you arrange a name value pair array in a descending order based on only values? So because if I take key value pairs, I can arrange in both orders. That means I can arrange according to the key as well as I can arrange according to the value. But here in this case, I have to arrange according to the value, isn't it? I am not taking the key into consideration. So if I arrange according to the key means then Aravind comes to the first position because it is hierarchically it is first, isn't it? But if I take the
Yes, sir.
value, I have to arrange the value in descending order, not in ascending order. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, okay. Okay, now let us see. Listen, strict attention is required. Your examination will be given only in this pattern. So more number of case studies will be given, and you are supposed to solve using the PHP code. So not like write the syntax of for loop, how while loop will execute, what is the difference between echo and print. That is all silly questions. When a problem is given like this, you should know how to solve it, deconstruct it, and you have to produce the output. Okay, so now I will just step by step I will explain how to do this. So I'm not using uh, any HTML code over here. So I'm just taking the code of PHP in static code here. So directly I'm going to write the PHP code, and finally I have to put it inside the database. Now listen carefully. I write the PHP code. So first I put the delimiter here. So this is very, very important. So first you have to put a delimiter. Okay. First you have to put the delimiter. Now, what is the input which is given? Listen carefully. So what is the input which is specifically given to run this code? I think this is okay. So what is the specific input which is given to run this code? So these are the inputs. First one is name, and the second one is marks here. Okay. So these are the inputs. So once I get this input, then only I can process all these things. Okay. So but these inputs are given in the form of indexed arrays. But I want the output in the form of a name value per array. That's what it is given. So use name value per array and use it for sorting to do it. And after sorting only, I have to push this information inside the database called as ranked list. This should be printed in this order only. Okay. Now listen carefully. So now how to first give the inputs here. So inputs, I'm just giving names of the student equal to array. So I just write Aravind. Then I write wiki. So I write Bhanu Prakash. Okay, and the last one I'm writing it is Ram Kumar. Okay, so these are the names. So let us assume that these are the names of the students. 4 students I'm having. Now I want to put the respective marks of these 4 students. That means if each student is writing 3 marks here, so 4 students will be writing 12. 4 students will be having altogether 12 marks here. So I just have marks here. Marks is equal to array. Now I just put the marks. So marks are all integers, so you can just put it in any order. So 81, 56. So first 3. Second one is 55, 72, 90, and third one is 83, 81, and 54. Fourth one is and the first 3. So I have given marks for the first 3 people. So last 2 marks I am giving here. So 59, 63, 65, and 70 marks. So let us have all this together. Now these are the inputs for working out the PHP file. So first what you have to do, since I have already said that at the end of this program, you are supposed to create a database and you have to push the database inside. Okay, now listen carefully. So I take up this inputs here. I take up this inputs. Okay, now what is the first step I have to do is I have to establish a connection here. So connection, so how to establish the connection here? So MySQLi underscore connect. Then I give the name of the server is called as localhost. Then username is root here. Password is nothing. So I will have any database here. Let us assume that I have the database called as batch1. So inside this batch1, I have to create the file, the table called as, see what is the table name? The table name is called as rank list, and the table should have 3 parameters. So name should be there, total should be there, and mark should be there. Sorry, rank should be there. So these are the three parameters where a table should consist of. Okay. Now what you have to do, first you create a table. You have to check it out whether the table exists inside. If the table does not exist inside, what you have to do, you have to create a table. Now listen here, I have to first check whether the table rank list exists inside. So how to check whether it is existing inside? Can anyone tell me how to check it? How to check? Mayappan or Mukundan, anyone can answer.
Select one from the table name.
Mayappan, I think I know that you can answer. You have already answered it. So apart from Mayappan or Mukundan, someone can answer. So how to verify whether a particular table called as rank list exists inside the database called as batch 1? If it does not exist, then I have to create a database called as, create a table called as rank list. So how to verify it? So these are all very, very important, highly important for your career. So you cannot simply simply do code with just a lukewarm response. So I know only as syntax and semantics of the language. I cannot apply this in the practical scenario. These are all lame excuses. Okay. So I have practically posed you a question that you have to verify a table whether it exists inside batch 1 or not. So how will you write a query for this? Anyone?
Sir, query equal to?
May I know your name, boss?
Kushal, sir.
Kushal, okay, Kushal. Tell me, Kushal.
Query equal to?
Query equal to, very good.
Select one from?
Exactly, very good. Select one from?
Table name, sir.
Table name is called as rank list. Okay, very good. Good, Kushal. Okay. Now, Kushal, actually, I want to run this code, isn't it? If this table does not exist, what will be the output of MySQL query? Whether it will be true or false?
False, sir.
False, exactly. Okay, so now I have returned this query. So this query is used to verify whether the table exists there or not. So if I run this query inside MySQL query, then if it returns false, the table does not exist. If table does not exist, I have to create a table. If actually it returns true table exists, there is no need to create. Okay. Now to verify this, so I create a variable called as boolean. So bool equal to execute this MySQL underscore query. EON is called as the first parameter, and the second parameter you have to pass the query itself. So dollar query here. So, but I have given only query here, so just make it as dollar query because all the PHP variables should be prepended with dollar query, dollar before it. Now, so if Boolean value is returning false, what does it mean? The table does not exist. So if table does not exist, you have to create a table. So I just verify whether the Boolean value is equal to false. Okay, so now I open this browser. So this programming construct will only work in case Boolean is returning a false value here. So I just rewrite the query here. So if a table does not exist, you have to create the table. So create table, and the table name is called as rank list. Now see here, what are the parameters which is mandatory to be inside this table? Now, what are the parameters? Check it out. So the first parameter is name, that should be a character type. Second parameter should be total, that should be an integer type. And third is rank, that is also should be an integer type. Okay. Now, I will just run here. So first is name. Okay. So I just write it as varchar character type. So varchar I can have 20 spaces. The next one is total. So it should be of integer type, and third one is rank here. So that is also integer type. Once I create the query, then I have to execute this query. What should I do? Again, I have to run this MySQL query here. So use bool, use MySQL underscore query, and you should run this query. So first parameter is connection. The second parameter is query itself. Okay. So at the end of this structure, I just mentioned it, table created. successfully. Table created successfully. Okay, so now what I have done is I have got the inputs here in name and marks. Then next I verify whether the table is there or not. If table is not there, then what happens? The table will be created. If the table is there, then this Boolean value will be returning true. So this programming construct will be skipped off. So it will simply come out of this. Okay. So I'm not using any else part here. So I'm just using only if the condition is false, it will perform some actions. If it is true, then it will skip off that actions and come out. Okay. Now, what is the next step I have to do here? What is the next step? So I said that I have to use name value pairs here. So what is the next step I have to do here? What is the next step I have to do? Anyone? Pavitra, are you connected, ma?
Yes, sir.
Pavitra, what should I do, ma? The next step. Now I have to accumulate these values, isn't it? I have to sum it up. Sum up all these values. So what should I do? Are you able to understand the problem, Pavitra?
Yes, sir. But after that, what I should do, I don't know, sir.
Okay, no issues, okay. After this, okay, Mayappan, Mukundan, Kushal Bafna has answered. So now, listen carefully. Mahalakshmi, can you tell me, Mahalakshmi, are you connected?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so see, just try. What should I do? Just verbally, you say that. I want only the logic. That's all, not the programming construct. Yeah.
So we have to arrange in ascending order, sir. Marks.
Arrange in ascending order or descending order, ma?
Ascending order, sir.
Whether this is ascending order.
Descending order, sir. Sorry, sir.
Okay, you have to put it as descending order. Okay, listen here. Okay, I said that the first 3 marks belong to the first student, isn't it? So to do it now, listen carefully. First, what should I do? Now listen here, I have to span all these arrays. I will take up this array here. Now, before this taking up this array, I just create a name value pair array. Now that name value pair array, just I will name it as rank array. So I'll just name it as rank array equal to array here. So this is going to be a name value pair, but initially I'm creating an empty array here. So first, what should I do? See, first 3 marks belong to Arvind. Now the next 3 marks belong to Vicky, and the third 3 marks belong to Banaprakash, and the last 3 marks belongs to Ramkumar. So I have to accumulate in that order. So first 3 marks has to be accumulated, and the key should be Arvind, and the value should be the total of these 3 marks. Similarly, the next 3 marks total should be there, and the key should be Vicky, and the total should be the result of these 3. Okay, I have to do like that. So what I'm going to do is just I'm making a for loop here for I equal to 0. Now listen carefully. I want to count this marks here. So $I less than count of marks here. Count of marks here. Listen carefully. And $I plus equal to 3. So why I am using 3 here? Because the first when I use I equal to 0, I have to add I equal to 1 and I equal to 2. So I 0 plus 1 plus 2 should be accumulated, and finally that should go to the mark called as Arvind. Then immediately I should be incremented to the third value. So 0, 1 and 2 will be accumulated. Next, for next iteration, I should be in 3. Okay. Then 3, 4, 5 should be there, and then the next value I should be on 6 here. I should be on 5 here. So this should be this should go in the same order. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every time it should be plus 3. So every time 3 by 3 it has to increment. Now I'll show you how it is getting summed up. Listen here, I will print it echo. I will just use what is the name of an array. It is called as marks here. So marks of $I. You know what is meant by $I. So $I is equal to 0. Now I use marks of $I plus 1. What does it mean? 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. Now marks of 0 represents 67. Marks of 1 represents 81. Now suppose if I do like this, marks of $I plus 2. Now which marks will be added here? Marks of 0, marks of 1 and marks of 2. So marks of 2 is actually 56 because $I is always 0. Here $I is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. Now 0 plus 2 is 2. Now I becomes 3 here for the next iteration. What is I equal to 3? 55. I plus 1. 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. Okay. And 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. Now what will be the answer here? I will become 6 here. 6 points to 83 here. Now I'll just show you. Now I'll print it. Listen carefully. I'll print it. I'll name it as in C colon lamp 64 WWIT and just I make it as rank list dot php. So let us assume that this is the name for this. Now I try to execute this. You can see here the marks will be getting accumulated in an order. So I just use rank list dot php. Now see here, the first total is 204, the second total is 217, and the third total is 218, and the fourth total is 194. Can anyone tell me who is actually scoring the first mark here? Out of these 4 students?
The third person, sir.
Third person, yes. Bhanu Prakash is scoring the first mark. That means I have to put Bhanu Prakash's name on the first order. Okay. So what should I do? Now you know that these are the marks I am getting here. Okay. Just I use the marks called as total. Total equal to 0. Now listen here. Now I use a variable called as k equal to 0. So k is called as the name index here. K equal to 0. So now if I use, for example, rank array, inside this rank array, if I am using, what is the name of an array here? The name of the student array here, it is called as names here. So inside rank array, if I am using names here, names of k. Inside the square brackets, I am using k here, $K. And I am putting total here. So what will happen if I do like this?
Sir, key and value set idea, sir.
Yes, exactly. Listen here. The array name is called as rank array. I try to establish a name value pair array. So rank array, and inside names when I just make k equal to 0. So names of 0. What is names of 0? Names of 0 is Aravind. So Aravind will be given as the key here. And what is the value for Aravind? The respective total. And after that, when k is made as 1 here, what will be the key here? What will be the key? When k is made as 1, what will be the key? The key will be the key. Okay. When k is made as 2, what will be the key actually? Bhanu Prakash will be the key. When k is made as 3, what will be the key? Ram Kumar will be the key. So what I'm doing is, first time k value is 0. So next time, every time k should be incremented by 1. Listen here. Are you able to understand? So now I come out this and I just use print underscore r rank array. Just I will just load it. Array, rank array, that's all. Rank array. Now listen carefully. What I am doing, every time just I am adding the first 3 marks and I take up the respective person from the names array and just make that as a key. I put the total there. And next time again I take up the second name and second 3 marks will be added and again it is put as a total here. So this is getting repeated continuously until it goes to the end of the array. Now listen carefully. So this is done carefully. I will show you. Hey, while programming, meticulous effort should be made here. Now you can see here. Can you see what I have printed in an array? Has it been summed up or not? Whether it has been summed up?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Aravind total is given as 204. Vicky total is given as 217. Bhanuprakash total is 218 and Ram Kumar total is 194. Now what I have to do is I have to simply sort the array. That's all. Sort it, then I have to split up the name and key and name and marks over here. Then I have to push it inside the database in the same order. Are you able to understand? Mahalakshmi, are you able to understand, Ma?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. I hope you are able to understand. So now I have to sort this array. Can anyone tell me how to sort this array?
Sir, we can sort this array by using
Using
the
or short.
No, anyone apart from Mukundan Mayappan, you can answer. Anyone, ma? Anyone apart from this?
Using or short, sir.
Simply or short or any other short, ma? You are right, actually. Almost 90% you are right.
K or short, sir.
A or short.
K or short, sir.
A or short. Okay, K or short means you are sorting according to the key in reversing order. A or sorting means you are sorting the value in the reverse order. Reverse order means it is called as descending order. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, listen here, I just reverse it, A or short, then I just type rank array. Okay, once this is done, automatically this rank array will be sorted and I will just print it for your sake of understanding. So print underscore R and just use rank array. So I just use a BR because it will just collapse it, overlap with the earlier output. Okay, now listen carefully. I'll just run it. Now see here, the first array is an unsorted array. Okay, but when you take up the second array, it is sorted here. Listen carefully. So Bhanuprakash scores first mark, so he is actually standing in the first position. Vicky is scoring second mark, so second. Aravind third and Ram Kumar fourth. This is the order. Okay, now I have to push all this information inside the database. Now, how I have to push the information inside the database? See here, now check it out whether database has been created or not. So how to check database has been created? Because initially there is not anything inside the database, isn't it? Now I'll just go here, type localhost, go to phpMyAdmin. So database name which I have connected is batch1. So batch1 rank list is created. Yes, it is automatically created. So what should be the first parameter? Name should be the first parameter. Second parameter is total and third parameter is rank. Okay, now how to segregate this name and key values here? I have to separate it. How to do this?
Sir, using for each loop, sir.
For each loop. Okay, Mayappan, for each loop will whether it will be only separating name and key value. So can you tell me how to do that?
Sir,
For each. Okay, for each.
dollar rank array.
Dollar rank array. Okay, very good. Dollar rank array.
As
Yes, exactly. As very good. As
some variables, sir.
some variable, I just put it as key. I put hyphen value.
Value.
Value. Very good. Very good. Exactly. Now listen here. Echo. So if I print key here, then I give it one space and I just put value. Very good. Exactly. Good. Good part. Explanation is very nice. Okay. So So that's why whatever you have studied, you should know you have where to apply and how to apply. Okay, this is the importance of programming. Now see here, it is in an array. Now I'm able to split up into key and value. I'll show you. Now see here, first name, I'm splitting it as name and rank, name and mark. Again, name and mark. So every time I'm just able to split it up. Now what I have to do, only I have to push this data inside the database. That's all. Only one job is left over here to finally accomplish the task. For able to understand. But how to generate the rank here? Yes, I don't want Mohun Mayappan to answer. I want others to answer. Anyone? Anyone? Neha, are you connected, ma? Neha, Nivedita, Subiksha. Now I have to give the rank here. So what should I do? Okay, so you know that this is the first one. Okay, so this one is the second one. So this is the third one and this is the fourth one. So very simple. So what I have to do is to generate the rank. It's very, very simple. So you print in the order. So in the whatever order you are trying to print, you create a rank value here. So I just create a variable called as rank equal to 1. So first, whenever I print anything, just I use something like this space and I print rank here. So initially rank is assigned as 1. So I am trying to print the first value. So first value will be rank always will be 1. Next value will be yes for everyone. Yes.
Sir, அதுக்கு வந்து we made a rank int rank as auto increment variable, sir.
Okay.
So auto increment பண்ணும்போது we did not supposed to assign a variable, sir.
So auto increment I have not given anything in the database, isn't it? Whether okay, I have given auto increment and rank in database, I have not given anything like that.
Yes, sir. அதுக்கு auto increment கொடுத்தா இருக்குமே அப்படினு சொன்னா சார்.
Okay, you can do like that also, but since the data structure I have not given rank over as an auto increment, you can do it in the traditional procedure. Auto increment is also possible, no issues. We can do like that also. Okay. Now listen here. Manually how to generate a rank here. So next first time rank is getting printed. So next time what should I do? I have to increment the rank because second time second record will be coming into play. So rank should be incremented over here. So just I use BR tag. Okay. So it will be printed in an order. So echo BR tag. Just for understanding purposes, structuring purposes, we are using this information. Okay. Now I show you. Now see here, Bhanuprakash is ranked 1 and Vicky is ranked 2, Aravind 3 and Ramkumar 4. Almost the job is done. So the case studies has been deconstructed on step-by-step basis. And we have also generated the rank. We are able to split up the name value arrays over here. Now what you have to do is you have to just only push it inside the respective database. That's all. Only you have to push it inside the database. Okay. No much information or much constructs is involved in this. Okay. So nothing fancy about it. It's very simple concept. You have to just push it inside the database. What you have to do, whether you have to update the database or insert inside the database. Whether you have to update or insert. Kushal, can you tell me, Kushal?
Insert.
Yes, Kushal, tell me. Whether you have to update or insert.
Insert, sir.
Insert, because when you have to update, if already a record exists inside the database, at that time you have to update. Okay, if you want to make any changes in the existing data, then you have to update. But actually no data exists over there. Now you have to insert inside the database. You have to only push the data inside. Okay, now listen carefully. So how to do this? Now you have to write a query here. So rank plus plus. So I have to write a query. So the query should be like this. So query equal to insert into the table name is called as rank list. And now what are the three values I have to push? Now check it out inside the table. What are the three values here? So inside the table, I have the field names are name, total, and rank. These are the three names inside the table here. So I have to mention that name is the first field, total is the second field, and rank should be the third field. Okay, now I have to pass. These are only fields. Now I have to put the values inside. So values. Okay, so what is the first value? I have to put the value for this name. So where is the name here? Name is actually nothing but it is called as a key here. But the difference is you are just printing it as a key here, but it has to be pushed inside the database, and that key should be an array, a var character. So whenever I want to pass a var character, what should I do? I have to, it should be flanked by single quotes. And what is the name here? Name is actually represented with the value called as key here. Okay, so next one is actually total. So where is the total? So total is printed in this dollar value. So total is nothing but it is called as an integer data type. So directly you can pass total. Okay, so the third one, what you have to do? You have to just give the rank. So rank is again it is integer. So directly give the rank here. So you can do it should be flanked by this quotes here. Okay. Third is actually rank here. So if you represent curly brackets, a variable inside the curly brackets, it will take up the value and it will push it inside the query. Now this one has been done. Okay. Now what I have to do? I have written the query. You just check it out whether the query is passing in the correct fashion or not. Listen here. How to verify whether the query is taking proper values or not? Simply you just print the query. This is a very good debugging procedure. Sometimes you will be writing the query, you might have missed some apostrophes or certain syntax will be missing. At that point, when you try to push it inside the database, it will just report an error at the time. Okay, so a lot of mesh will happen if the line of codes is too much. We are writing 150 or 200 lines. Now you have to verify whether the query dynamically passes appropriate values or not. You have to check it out. So to do that, you just use echo query here. This is just to verify purpose, for verification. So it's not mandatory, just to verify whether it is passing in the appropriate fashion or not. Now listen here. So first I'm just getting insert rank list name. So what is the name? I'm just pushing it. Bhanu Prakash. Total is 194. The rank is 1. Second time Wiki 194. Whether Wiki rank is 194? No. So all the ranks are given 194. So what is the problem here? Can anyone tell me what is the mistake I have made over here? What is the mistake I have made?
Dollar value, sir.
Yes, dollar.
Dollar value. Dollar
Yeah.
value, sir.
Yes, dollar. It is not total. It is called as dollar value. Very good. Okay. So now you just check it out. That's for that reason I have verified this, isn't it? So you should ensure whether you are passing the right values or not. Now listen here. Now you can see here the corresponding total is 218. 217, 204 and 194 and the appropriate values are passed. Okay, everything is perfectly done. Now what you have to do? You have to simply execute the query. Once if you execute the query, the job is done. Okay. Now I just go here to execute the query. I use MySQLi underscore query. So the first parameter is called as connection. The second parameter is called as query itself. Okay, query itself. Okay, now I just run this one. Listen carefully. Now, okay, Now query has been executed successfully. To verify this, just go to the database, just click rank list. Now you can see here. So all the data has been pushed inside the database in the right order. This is the one thing. So it should be pushed in the same order. That's all. Are you able to understand? So case studies has been given and you are supposed to deconstruct the case studies step by step basis. We have solved that and we have pushed inside the database, and you know how to just retrieve this data from the database, which has been already explained, which has MySQL_fetch associate. So we use this. So the procedure which I have used here is called as MySQL procedural method. Okay, so if it is actually object oriented method, what should I do? So instead of MySQLi_connect, what should I do? I have to use new of MySQLi. That's it. Okay, so only small changes required. So you can adopt any method which actually suits your metal. That's it. Okay, so this is the concept what we have discussed today. And one more thing is now how to back up the database. That's an important topic. How to back up the database. Now listen here. Now you are doing a real-time project. Okay. And imagine you are a software engineer and you are doing in a very big project. You are doing a very big project. Lot of data are getting involved, and all your data are actually stored in your local machine database here. Now, all of a sudden, your company manager asks you to just bring your project and you have to upload that. At that time, you have to copy the database. That means your database should be backed up. Okay, and you have to copy it and you have to give it that. So, how it can be done? Listen carefully. Now, let us assume that your database is called as batch 1 and your database is having this data. So many data are here. So I just click attendance. Your attendance data will be there. And I just click ECMCT, EC data is there. Fourth IT data is there. Rank list data is also there. So I have altogether 4 tables in my database. Okay, so including the data. I want to copy all this contents and then I have to copy it in a separate database. Now listen carefully. Now I want to copy this content. That means I have to back up this database. You know how to back up a file, but you don't know how to back up a database here. Now to back up this batch 1 database, listen carefully, just click this batch 1. Click this batch 1 and you just go and click this export. Export here. Okay, click this icon called as export here. Now the format is actually, it will be given in default, it is given as SQL format. Now go here. Now you can see here there is a file called as batch1.sql has been downloaded. Okay, now open this file. This is called as a text file. Okay, which will be opened in Notepad. So this file consists of all your data here. So it is a text file only. Now listen here. Now save this file as any name here. So I will save this file as save as in desktop. In desktop, I save this file as my data. So I save this file as mydata.sql. Okay. So inside desktop, I'm saving. Done. Now listen carefully. Now you are going to your office. Now you are going to your office and you have to back up the database. So whatever I have in my batch 1 data should be copied in Office database. Okay. Now imagine your Office system is like this. So you will be installing MySQL server there also, but data will not be existing at the time. So now what you have to do is now create in your Office system, create new. Okay. So create new and give the database name as Office. Okay. Office. Okay. Now see here, your Office database is an empty database. So Office database is an empty database. Now I have to copy all the batch 1 database to Office. Okay. Now listen here. You have a file called as backup.mydata, mydata.sql, isn't it? So I have to copy everything inside this Office database. So click this Office, click this database called as Office, and then go to import. Go to import. So there is a button called as choose file, isn't it? There is a button called as choose file. Now click this choose file and just point out your text file over here. So what is the text file? Text file name is called as my data. So my data is called as a text file name. Okay, select that text file and just come down, just press go, that's all. Now all the data will be copied inside Office database. Listen here. Now initially Office is empty, isn't it? Inside Office you have now attendance. All the data is available. Inside ECMCT you have your data. Now rank list is also available. Are you able to understand? So what we have discussed today is we have discussed the case studies and we have gone through the complete analysis of the case studies and how to solve it. Next, we have discussed how to back up the database. So you can just convert an entire data into a text file and just take up the text file, copy inside your database over there. So completely it will be transferred as a table structure over there. Okay, so this is an efficient procedure for backing up the data and it is done for security purposes. At any point of time, if you do like this, your data will not get lost over there. Okay, so with this, I want to confine my session. So do you have any questions? You can post me right now. Any questions do you have, Mukundan, Mayappan?
No, sir.
Kushal?
No, sir.
Mahalakshmi?
No, sir.
Pavitra, able to understand, Ma?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, see, everyone, I want nearly 43 or 44 people are connected. I want everyone to interact since I am not physically, I'm not able to monitor you. So that is the serious drawback. Okay. So if I'm actually in the physical class, then I can catch hold of you. So everyone whoever is whatever they are able to understand, I can just read your mind at the time. So since I am virtually connected, I'm not able to do that. So it's your responsibility to cope up with the subject. If you have any doubts, please post me the questions. So this is highly important for your career. Once if you choose the IT industry, you will be changed to any kind of project. Suddenly you will be put on into Java. Suddenly they will be within 1 week, they will be asking you to change to web platform. So at the time you cannot tell any lame excuses. Okay. So if that is the case, then you will be fired. So you will be, you should be up to the mark to just cope up with the changing trends and dimensions. So thank you for listening the lecture with patience, and we will discuss in the next class. Thank you and Jai Hind. Bye.